In the beginning, there was nothing. The world was just a big black storm, until the goddess illuminated everything and created a continent populated by 9 races: the dragons, the elves, the onis, the dwarves, the demons, the dark elves, the centaurs, the beasts, and the humans. Our protagonist, a human named Light, says goodbye to his family and leaves home to become an adventurer. His goal is to become one of the greatest adventurers on the planet, so that he and his entire family can live comfortably. But in this world, humans are frowned upon by other races because they are considered too weak. Light goes to the Adventurers Guild to register, and the attendant asks if he has any gifts. Then he shows her his unlimited gacha gift. With this power, he can spin a magic wheel whenever he wants and use the card received. But most of the time, the cards are useless. He tries 3 times and gets only a crooked fork, a rotten apple, and a moldy loaf of bread. Therefore, the attendant gives him the F rank, the lowest of all. He asks her if there's any work he can do, and she points to the message board. But humans in this world have a low level of literacy, so Light didn't learn to read. The attendant says that there are some manual jobs that pay little, such as collecting firewood, weeding, and cutting lawns, and Light accepts because he has no other option. After working hard all day and getting just enough to get through the night, he is attacked by a group of beasts. Their leader claims that he was the one who bumped into the group and soiled their clothes. So in return, he steals what little money Light got. The boy begs him to return the money because it's the only one he has to spend the night. But the beast says that he wouldn't even get one night in a cardboard box with that money. He kicks Light away and walks away laughing with his group, while others curse and humiliate the boy as they pass by. Then an elf offers to help him get up, and he gets scared and apologizes for touching her, but the elf kneels down and hugs him, saying that everything is fine. Her name is Sasha, and she is part of the Concord of Tribes, a group that represents the 9 races created by the goddess. Along with her are Garu, Drago, Diablo, Oboro, Naano, Sione, and Centaur, each of a race, and now they only need a human to complete the group. They form that group to end discrimination between races and create a world together, and they invite Light to join the Conquered. Now that Light is part of the group, he joins them for a quest into the Abyss, the most dangerous dungeon in the world. Light really is weak, and the others need to keep an eye on him and save him all the time. Drago says he doesn't care because he likes the tea Light makes, and Sasha apparently has feelings for him because she's always protecting the boy. She tries to say that she only does it for the good of the group, but her red face says something else. They keep walking through the dungeon until they find a good place to stop. Light sits down and starts brewing the tea, but the others are glaring at him, and Drago says that this is not necessary. They gather close to the boy, and the dragon tells him that he is being banned from the group. Light doesn't understand what he's saying, and the group's attitude towards him changes completely. Garu says that he is now useless to them, and the others start cursing and offending him in every way, saying that he is so stupid that it drives them crazy, and that he stinks so much that it is hard to breathe near him. They were pretending to be nice to him before, because they needed him. Their superiors learned of Light's unlimited gacha skill and asked them to keep an eye on the boy, because he could be a maestro. But they realized that his skill was so useless that it would be impossible. So, their new order was to eliminate the boy, not only banning him from the group but from existence. Garu slashes the boy's face, and he tries to run, but Sasha pierces him with an arrow in the leg, and he falls. The beast continues to attack, while the others laugh at Light's cries of despair. He doesn't understand why this is happening and begs them to stop, but Garu wants to end his life quickly because the deal was to say that he was attacked and killed by a monster. While the boy still tries to flee and begs for his life, his power activates a teleportation trap that saves him from Garu's attack at the last second. The teleport takes him to another location within the abyss, but that doesn't change anything, because he would die immediately if he came face to face with a monster. He remembers his family and begins to cry with longing. Light doesn't understand why that happened. The group always treated him well, and he trusted and believed in them. He was happy, but it was all just a lie, a trick. They tricked him into entering the dungeon and then tried to kill him. They treated him like garbage and laughed in his face. He has no idea about the maestro they were talking about, and someone gave the order for them to kill him. Then, Light swears revenge. He will not die there. He will escape from the abyss and kill all the members of the Concord of Tribes. He will make them pay, but before he can do anything, he comes face to face with a level 1000 monster, the kind that only exists in fairy tales. He realizes that the teleportation spell has taken him to the deepest part of the abyss, and the only thing he can do to avoid being killed by that monster is to use his unlimited gacha. He's been barred from seeing his family, discarded like trash in that hell, and yet he won't be able to get revenge on those damned ones? Not gonna happen. Light's unlimited gacha ability works much better than he thought possible. He gets an extremely rare card and summons a hot maid, who says she will have no mercy for anyone who threatens her master. Not even a puppy like that. The monster is destroyed into thousands of pieces, and the maid cleans up its remains with a flick of her arm. The maid kneels in front of Light and heals his wounds, saying that she couldn't bear to see his beautiful face covered with such terrible bruises. Light is shocked that he is no longer injured and has stopped feeling pain, and the maid says that she would be honored to hear the boy's name in that beautiful voice. He introduces himself, and she starts calling him Master Light. By the maid's code of honor, she is bound to her master and will live in his service until the day of his death. Thus, she swears absolute loyalty to Light. The boy wants to know her name, and she introduces herself as May. She is a super ultra rare level 9999 card that came from Light's unlimited gacha, and like the birds in the sky flying side by side and the trees on earth with intertwined branches, she will stay with him even after death. Light thinks this is impossible because his gacha is useless, and there was no way someone so amazing could have come out of it. But it happened. And the maid asks him to call her just May. When he does, she is happy and asks Light to fulfill one more wish of hers. She wants to use her innate appraisal skill to better understand the boy's gacha power, because it is inconceivable that such a power is useless. She activates her skill and realizes that Light's power is hidden under several layers of protection. It's only someone of her level who could see the details. Light's unlimited gacha is far from useless. It can be activated infinite times, and the chance of rare cards appearing varies depending on the amount of mana in the place. There are 9 rarities ranging from extra to error, and the more mana, the greater the chances of rarer cards coming. Mai explains that mana is something that exists all over the world, but its density on the surface is small, so rare cards are almost impossible to spawn. However, mana is abundant at the bottom of the abyss, so Light was able to summon a super ultra rare card. May admires Light's bravery for going alone to the bottom of the abyss just to access the full potential of the unlimited gacha and get her letter. However, if he encounters any monster with his current status, he would be easy prey, but May will be by his side the entire time. Light says she was wrong. He did not go to the bottom of the abyss alone. He went with a group that betrayed him and attacked him. He was pierced by arrows and was close to being killed by his own friends. They called him pathetic and said his skill was rubbish. All he wanted was to help his family, and yet they treated him that way just because he was human. His pain was unbearable. They didn't want to end discrimination. They just wanted to deceive him, and they will pay for it. He will not rest until those bastards suffer the consequences. May apologizes for not being able to understand the extent of his suffering, but she says that, with her power at his disposal, bringing justice to Light's enemies will be a simple task. If he gives the order, May will hunt them down one by one, but Light doesn't want that. He was tricked and beaten because he was weak. He needs to get stronger. Maybe it's impossible for a human like him, but he wants revenge with his own hands. Mai kneels before her new master and says that his wish is her command. If what he desires is personal revenge, then, by her maid's code of honor, she will help him. Light uses the power of his unlimited gacha once again. His goal is to establish a kingdom that will pave his way to revenge. The dark abyss was bathed in light, and so began Light's journey of vengeance.